Nothing happens by chance. What the world calls luck, the spiritually awakened call law. There is a perfect order behind every blessing, a divine intelligence behind every sudden success. And today, I tell you this with absolute authority: your supply is not coming slowly. It is coming suddenly. 3 days is not too soon for God. 3 days is not impossible for infinite intelligence. 3 days is not too fast for divine law. When your faith aligns with your word, time collapses. People ask, how can money appear so quickly? And the answer is simple: because it already exists in the invisible. Your only task is not to chase it, beg for it, or strain for it. Your task is to accept it. The universe does not respond to wishing, it responds to knowing. When you know a thing is yours, the channels rearrange themselves. Doors you never touched open. People you never met appear. Numbers align. Circumstances shift. And what once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. The lottery is not random for the aligned mind. It is merely one of the channels of divine supply. And divine supply is never limited to effort. It flows through faith, word, and expectancy. Most people secretly affirm loss while pretending to expect gain. They speak fear while wishing for fortune. They say, maybe one day, while the law only moves on now. So let me give you the true spiritual formula. First, you must remove the idea of chance. There is no luck. There is only law. Second, you must speak as one who already has. Not, I hope, not, I wish, but I give thanks that my divine riches now appear in perfect order. Third, you must release the outcome without releasing the expectation. You do not grip the result with anxiety. You rest in it with certainty. And now I speak directly to your subconscious mind. Money is not running from you. Opportunity is not avoiding you. Your winning moment is not lost in the crowd. It is being drawn by your inner conviction. What you impress upon your soul must express upon your life. Say silently within yourself, I am in perfect alignment with divine success. My supply comes rapidly, miraculously, and under grace. I am guided to the right place at the right time. My winning is natural to me. My increase is divinely timed. Do not strain these words, receive them. The universe does not ask how deserving you are. It only asks how open you are. Many people block their miracle by constantly asking, how will it happen? But the law never reveals how. It only reveals when your faith is complete. Your job is not to calculate. Your job is to cooperate with the unseen. And now I tell you something very few ever understand. The moment you stop needing to win is often the exact moment you become one who can win. Need repels. Faith draws. Certainty commands. You were not designed to struggle for supply. You were designed to command supply through spiritual authority. And authority is born the instant you stop doubting your right to receive. Your good is not competing with anyone else's good. Your winning does not steal from another. There is an infinite storehouse, and your name is already written into it. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you know is yours. And now listen carefully. 3 days is not about the calendar. It is about the speed of your surrender. It is about the moment you drop fear, doubt, and mental arguments and say, it is done. When that moment becomes real inside you, Time has no power to delay it. Your subconscious does not recognize days. It only recognizes commands. So tonight, instead of worrying, command. Instead of speculating, declare. Instead of watching lack, assume overflow. And never say, "What if it doesn't happen?" Because that is the language of defeat. Say instead, "Something wonderful is happening for me now." Do not try to force the universe. Allow it to astonish you. Your miracle does not travel on logic. It travels on alignment. And alignment is simply this: your word agrees with your faith. Your faith agrees with your expectation. Your expectation agrees with your action. And your action agrees with your peace. When all four are in agreement, the visible must obey the invisible. So I leave you with this truth: you do not win because of numbers. You win because of consciousness. And the moment your consciousness shifts from hoping to knowing, from wanting to expecting, from doubting to resting, you step into the moment where miracles feel normal. And when your miracle arrives, it will not knock loudly. It will walk in quietly and say, "You knew I was coming." You do not move into winning by pleading with life. You move into it by theirs agreeing with it. The greatest shift occurs when a person stops asking permission to receive and quietly expects success as the natural order of things. Assumption is not imagination alone. It is the inner posture of one who has already accepted the gift. When the mind no longer whispers, "What if it fails?" but calmly affirms, "It must succeed," the unseen forces hasten to fulfill that knowing. For the subconscious does not reason, it only obeys. And what you consistently assume, you inevitably become. Many stand at the door of fortune, yet speak sentences of defeat, and the door remains unopened. But the one who dares to think from victory, rather than toward it, finds the way made straight before them. To assume is not to pretend, it is to us consent to your good, and once that consent is given, destiny accelerates. Yet even this assumption must be free of tension, for strain slows the law while faith quickens it. The moment you release the tight grip of needing to control outcomes, the current of supply begins to move with divine speed, carrying your good toward you without delay. For when the soul ceases its restless calculating, the way becomes wonderfully swift. Resistance is the great delays of life, and surrender is its secret accelerator. Many desire sudden success, yet cling fiercely to fear, watching the clock while silently doubting the promise. But divine law is never hindered by time, only by hesitation. When you release the demand to know of how, you open the door for the infinite to show you now. The human mind would plan every step, but the higher intelligence moves in leaps. And so, when you loosen your grip on anxiety, when you drop the nervous question and rest in quiet certainty, events begin to arrange themselves with astonishing speed. What seemed distant moves close. What appeared complicated grows simple. What looked delayed suddenly arrives early. For strain is the language of distrust, and peace is the language of power. When you make peace with your good as already secured, you no longer block its path with worry. You become receptive instead of resistant, expectant instead of exhausted. And in that receptive stillness, the unseen works with great swiftness. Yet this surrender is not silence of the lips, but alignment of the heart, so that what you speak next is no longer a request, but a command. For the spoken word is the final seal upon every destiny. What the heart accepts in silence must be released through the lips in authority, for unspoken faith remains unborn. Words are not merely sounds drifting into the air, they are Azera living messengers, sent forth to accomplish the thing whereunto they are directed. When you speak with doubt, you dispatch delay. When you speak with certainty, you dispatch fulfillment. The universe does not debate your declarations, it as executes them. And so the timid prayer asks, but the enlightened word commands. Repetition is not weakness when it is charged with conviction. It is the hammer that fixes the imprint upon the subconscious until outer life yields its shape. Speak not of what you see, for appearances lag behind law. Speak only of what you know to be divinely established. Each time you affirm success, you loosen another stone from the wall of limitation. Each time you declare victory, you shorten the distance between the seen and the unseen. And when your mouth no longer contradicts your faith, when your language becomes the bold interpreter of your belief, the invisible forces move with irresistible certainty. For the word once spoken in alignment cannot return void. It must fulfill its errand in visible form. And now, beloved listener, rest your case with the infinite. Do not peek anxiously through the windows of doubt to see if your good is approaching. The moment you accept, the work is finished in the unseen. Your only remaining task is to expect with joy and move with peace. You are not waiting for fortune. You are allowing alignment. What is yours by divine right cannot miss you, cannot forget you, cannot arrive late. It moves under higher orders than human timing. Let the heart be light, let the word be bold, and let the mind be untroubled. Say quietly within yourself, my good is now visibly manifest under grace in perfect ways. And then go about your life as one who knows the victory is already sealed. For faith is not anxious anticipation, it is quiet certainty. And what is held in quiet certainty must come forth in visible form.